Hey guys, welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. My name's Bimmy, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the stats that I applied with to all my schools. And if you want to know what schools I got into, I recommend watching my college decision reaction video. I'll link it in the description box below. And I don't want to waste time, so let's get into it. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty frustrated right now. I just filmed this entire video and went to start editing, and I had edited like some of the video and then realized that the majority, like the biggest chunk of the video didn't like download right or something. I don't know, something happened, and so I lost the footage. Elite. So I'm gonna refilm this right now. Like I said before, when I filmed this the first time, I'm looking down at my iPad because this is where I wrote everything down. You should go watch my iPad unboxing video. I might be in a worse mood than I was earlier, so if I sound like snappy, that's why, because I'm kind of upset that I lost the footage. But I'm just gonna go through how I got into all my schools. Well, not how, because I don't know how, but what I did on my end. So starting off with my like hard stats, so I had a 4.17 GPA weighted out of 4, and then my SAT, I super scored it and had a 1410, but without the super score I had a 1390 hard score because some of my schools do not super score, so I just had to send my regular score. And I had a 720 in the math score and a 690 in the reading and writing score. And then I never took the ACT. I went to take it once, had a bad experience, never felt up to doing it again. I kind of regret it, but I feel like I would have been better at the SAT anyway. So my school does not rank us. Yeah. My APs, so I took 7 APs in 2 years because we're not allowed to take APs until our junior year. So last year I took AP Spanish, AP Lang, and then I took the APUSH exam. APUSH I got a 3, Spanish I got a 3, and then Lang I got a 4. I also, like, this is all for my Common App, so on the Common App there's a section where you can report awards and stuff, so I reported a couple. So the first one was AP Scholars, and that's from getting a 3 or above on 3 or more of your AP exams. And then I took college classes at Georgetown University over the summer, and I got an award for like doing well, I guess. I don't really know. So I got it was like Summer Honors Intensive Student Award. I don't really know what that meant. I just kind of accepted it. The last award I listed was a public speaking award for my speech class. I also took SAT subject tests. I know some people call them like the SAT 2s. I don't know. So I took Math 2 and Spanish. So on the Math 2 I got a 590, and on Spanish I got a 580. I did not study for them. I wish I had. I know better now, but it doesn't really do anything. I didn't submit my Math 2 to any school, but I submitted my Spanish score to a couple of them that would award credit or waive stuff. Like, I didn't do as well as I wanted on the AP exam, but I could get placed higher in classes based off my subject test score. I think Vanderbilt's one of those schools. My extracurriculars, I was told that order matters by like college counselor, so I'm going to read the order of how I put them in my Common App. And I also applied to through Coalition to like 2 schools, but on Coalition I'm only allowed to have 8, so I put the first 8 that were on here. So the first one was the mentorship program that I like helped start between upperclassmen and then freshmen. The second thing I put was audition choir program because I've been in audition choirs all through high school, and then I also was in one in like a national one in my 8th grade, which kind of like led to me being in other ones, so I put that on there. Third was student council. I got elected onto student council end of sophomore year. This is such a different video than the one I filmed earlier, which I think is funny. The next one is cheerleading. I was captain my senior year, and I cheered in high school. Most of these things I did all 4 years. This one I did not do all 4 years. I took a season off. But yeah. NHS, I was inducted junior year. And I'm an ambassador for my school. It's a private school, so I do tours, open houses when they need me, things like that. The next thing was I put like work, because I had a job, and I just put it on there. Next thing I put was like the drama club in my school, because if you do a show, you're automatically in the drama club. And I've done multiple shows at my school, mostly musicals, only musicals actually. Yeah. The ninth one that I put down was the African American Culture Club at my school. I've been on that all 4 years, help plan events sometimes, things like that. This year, I have a position as a leader within the club, so yeah. But I don't think I reported that because I got that position right around when these applications were due, so I don't think I reported it, but I thought I would mention it. The last thing was a photography club that I was part of at my church. Just help take pictures for events, pretty much. That's about it. The writing, so like you have like your Common App or Coalition essay. Personally, I prefer the Coalition just because you have 100 extra words that you don't have on the Common App. But if you're writing, pro tip, if you're applying on both, write your Coalition one first because it's easier to add on words than to take them off. So yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having less words than the requirement. Use Grammarly. Saved my life. Literally. I don't know what my essays would have looked like without Grammarly. Would have been really bad because I don't have the best grammar. I also had a lot of people I knew read my essays, like family friends, my parents, some teachers actually too. So do that if you can. And then my classes, which I feel like is the bulk of the stuff, I'll try and put them here. If I don't, I'm sorry. So 9th grade, I took all honors classes that they offered. So honors English 9, honors geometry, honors Spanish 2, honors bio. I had credits from Spanish 1 and algebra 1 from middle school. I also had Bible all 4 years actually. I'm just going to say Bible. I had Bible all 4 years now. My audition choir that was in, I had 2D art. History was one semester, and then other semester was technology, because that's how it is for freshmen at my school. All freshmen take the same history class and the same technology class. Next grade, 10th grade, I took honors algebra 2, honors pre-AP Spanish, and then honors chemistry, and I had A's in all those classes. And then so how I took English and history was I took this like double period class thing called Modern Western Thought, where it's like writing based. We didn't have tests or anything. Pretty much just wrote essays and had discussions. And I had A's for the quarters, but B's in the semesters. So do with that information what you want. But keep in mind that all our tests were essays. In my audition choir class, graphic design as an elective, and then speech as an elective. I think that's it. And then 11th grade, I took honors classes and AP classes. So this is the first year we're allowed to take AP classes at my school. So I took AP English and AP Spanish. And because APUSH didn't fit my schedule, I took HUSH, which is Honors US History. And I took the AP exam like I mentioned before. I also had Honors Pre-Calc and Honors Anatomy and Physiology. Had A's. And all those classes was my best year, was my junior year, which is, I think, funny because I always like hot horror stories about how hard junior year is. You can do it, don't worry. And then senior year, obviously I don't have my grades from this semester, but your mid-year reports get sent to schools you apply a regular decision to, and if you apply, even if you apply like early action or early decision, schools eventually will get your grades, so make sure you don't just like do nothing senior year. So my senior year, I did one honors class, and then the rest were APs, pretty much. So I had honors choir. This year they finally made all the auditioned like arts courses honors classes. Auditioned is not the right word, but it's the best word I could think of. And then I took AP English Lit, AP Stat, AP US Gov, and AP Calc AB. I ended up dropping AP Calc after the first semester. I decided that for my mental health and like to do better in the other classes, I would drop it because I was like suffering. I think that's the best way to describe it. So now I'm in intro to calc because there's no honors class. And I also took criminal justice this year. My major that I applied to at every school, I believe, I think I was pretty consistent, was psychology. Some schools let you have a specialization that you applied under. So at UC San Diego, I know I specialized in developmental psych, but otherwise it was just psychology. If they gave me the opportunity to have a secondary interest or a third interest, I put Spanish and economics. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is overall things. I've heard that having a theme to your application can be really helpful. So I didn't know this ahead of time, so it wasn't an intentional thing, but I feel if I did have a theme, it would be relationships. It's kind of evident, especially in my essays, that was true of who I am and how important they are to me. Just have that in mind if you're applying, if you're a junior or a sophomore, or even if you're in middle school, I guess. I know I watched these in middle school for some reason. And it's okay to be lopsided. I know a lot of times people are we want the well-rounded student, but you don't have to be if that's not what you want. You can be lopsided, you can be well-rounded. You can just do whatever you want as long as the right college will find you eventually. You don't want to stress about that. That's not your job. Your job is to do the best you can do. I hope I didn't leave anything out that I had talked about in the original video. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll try to respond. But I hope this was helpful. I definitely am going to clickbait the title though, so you probably already have an idea of what schools I got into if you clicked on this, but if you haven't, I still, like I said earlier, would recommend watching my college decision video. Really proud of that. And yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week.